Brace yourselves, because we're about to uncover the ultimate secret to taking down the seemingly indestructible Koro Sensei. In this video, we'll reveal the hidden weaknesses and strategies to defeat Koro Sensei, the unkillable octopus teacher. From analyzing his extraordinary abilities to dissecting his vulnerabilities, we'll equip Class 3E with the knowledge they need to level the playing field against this formidable opponent. Don't miss out on this invaluable information that could potentially save the world. By understanding how to beat Koro Sensei, Class 3E gains insight into the intricate dynamics of power, strategy, and survival. Get ready to unlock the secrets that will keep you glued to your screen until the very end. Prepare for the ultimate battle against the unstoppable force that is Koro Sensei. You might be wondering what exactly makes Koro Sensei so invincible. Koro Sensei is truly a blast to be around, quite literally. I mean, who needs regular matter when you can be made out of antimatter, right? It's like going to a pizza party and being the only one who brought pineapple as a topping. You're just different, and not everyone can handle that explosive flavor. Speaking of explosions, antimatter is so volatile that even a tiny tenth of a gram can rival an atomic bomb. But wait, there's more! Koro Sensei can't be hurt by anything except for anti-sensei weapons designed especially to hurt him. And even those barely help, because in seconds he can regenerate, undoing any damage done. His superhuman senses are just straight up ridiculous. If Superman heard about Koro Sensei's abilities, he'd be like, wait, I can't smell explosives or see things moving at ridiculous speeds. That's just unfair. I mean, this guy can probably hear your stomach growling from across the city and tell you exactly what you had for breakfast. And when it comes to poisons, forget about it. Koro Sensei could drink a gallon of toxic waste and turn it into a refreshing afternoon tea. But here's where it gets even more bizarre. Once a month, Koro Sensei sheds his skin like a snake shedding its old coat. Except, instead of leaving it behind as a weird memento, he turns it into an indestructible blanket. If that wasn't enough, just to rub it in, he can move at Mach 20. That's 15,345.4 miles per hour. And if you think you're about to kill him, you aren't. Because for his final move, he can compress into an indestructible bowling ball for 24 hours, at the expense of his mobility. So yeah, this might be hard, but he's not without his weaknesses. So let's review the big ones before getting to our plan. 1. Anti-sensei weapons. These are made specifically to hurt Koro Sensei, and lucky for us, they're incredibly versatile, can't hurt regular people, and we basically have an endless supply of them. The most commonly used anti-sensei weapons used are anti-sensei BBs, which are small plastic-looking pellets used as ammunition in very realistic air guns. But they've also been used as shrapnel in grenades and in traps because they seem to hurt Koro Sensei directly on contact, regardless of their velocity. Next up is the anti-sensei combat knife, a rubbery knife that basically does the same thing as the anti-sensei BBs, but has the strategic advantage of being easy to cut up and attach to things Koro Sensei might touch. A knife that's easily cut. Ironic. There's also anti-sensei textiles, clothing with the anti-sensei material sewn into it. But because Class 3E doesn't have access to this, we won't be using it. 2. Water. Koro Sensei's body is as absorbent as a sponge, so whenever he comes into contact with water, his body swells up, slowing him down. 3. Stamina. When Koro Sensei has a tentacle severed, his speed is greatly reduced, and he can regenerate almost instantly. True, but doing so lowers his stamina and in turn his speed. The same can be said for when he molts his skin. 4. Adult material. Koro Sensei, the yellow antimatter death octopus with a taste for the finer things in life. Or should I say the finest things in life. Yep, his passion for adult material and the female figure is about as obvious as a penguin trying to do ballet. I mean, the guy can be lured into traps faster than a fly to honey just by strategically placing a dirty magazine. Talk about a one-track tentacle mind. 5. His students. Possibly Koro Sensei's greatest, most exploitable weakness is how much he cares about his students. He'll dive into danger head first with absolutely zero hesitation to save one of his students. And this is often very useful in setting up traps. 6. His heart. His biggest physical weakness by far is the heart he hides behind his tie. It's also really the only way to kill him. Otherwise, he can just basically regenerate to full health. If we can utilize all of these weaknesses, along with a few smaller ones I'll mention as the plan unfolds, we might just have a fighting chance. Here's our preparation. 1. Drug him. While Koro Sensei can't be killed with conventional poisons, there are certain ingredients we can lace his coffee with to gain a slight advantage when the time finally comes to assassinate our loving teacher. One of these ingredients, the main one actually, is alcohol, which Koro Sensei can hold very well. So we get someone like Manami to make and bring his coffee to him every morning. Manami has a natural talent for chemistry, so we can entrust her to increase the amount of alcohol slowly over time while adding other scented ingredients to hide the scent and taste of alcohol. And just to make sure he doesn't turn the coffee down, we should make something up about how it's supposed to increase his looks, playing on his need to look good. Even going as far as getting everyone in the class to occasionally compliment him on his appearance to avoid suspicion. 2. Change the environment. We basically want to stack every odd against Koro Sensei. So, to take advantage of 2 of his weaknesses, we'll be modifying some AC units to make the classroom as hot as possible, because Koro Sensei gets pretty bad heat fatigue. And to add insult to injury, we'll also loosen the sprinkler system to drip and make the classroom nice and humid, slowing Koro Sensei down because of his weakness to water. This is pretty grand scale, yes, but honestly, 3E's done some pretty incredible stuff, so I'd say we're still within the realm of possibility. And while we're at it, let's slap a few Bluetooth speakers into the floorboards for later. 3. Make him molt. Next on the agenda, we need to make Koro Sensei lose a layer of defense by molting, preferably as early into the month as possible, so he forgets he can't when we plan to do our actual attack. We can do this by placing an explosive in the ceiling above Koro Sensei's desk, and detonate it remotely right as Manami brings his coffee. With her in the line of fire, Koro Sensei has no choice but to protect her by molting and shielding her from the blast with it. You know, unless he moves her faster than the speed of sound, turning her insides into jelly. And that's pretty much it for prepping the classroom for the big day, or at least as far as we can go without worrying Koro Sensei might notice a change and get suspicious. But before we're fully ready, we're gonna ask Manami to make some very heavily scented smoke bombs, and assign some of the boys with collecting questionable magazines. Then we're all set. All that's left to do is pick the right day. My first choice would be the hottest day in the month, or the day with the highest humidity to really maximize our chances. I mean, it's only the fate of the world, right? So on the day itself, we want to act as normal as possible, but we'd have Manami add the most alcohol into his coffee. We might be tempted to throw in a concoction of different poisons just for the hell of it, or even to disguise the smell of the alcohol a bit better. But we're not doing that because there's a chance Koro Sensei has an unpredictable non-lethal reaction to it. Here's the actual plan. 1. Distract him. During the lesson, we'd have Koro Sensei's favorite student, Nagisa, get up to use the bathroom but pretend to faint. While Koro Sensei rushes to help him, the rest of the class will form a crowded circle around him and Koro Sensei. In the midst of his panic, because another exploitable weakness is how easily he panics, we'll set off the sprinkler system, getting him all slow and swollen. We'll also have some of the less action-oriented students post up pages of the magazines we got directly in Koro Sensei's line of sight. 2. Set up positions. While this is going on, we'll have some of the stronger boys, Karma, Terasaka, etc., move beside Koro Sensei, and the best marksmen, Chiba and Isegai, move behind him with pistols. 3. Overwhelm him. We'll have Nagisa wake up and point to the wall of dirty magazine pages, and while Koro Sensei's in a pervy confusion, we let our smoke bombs off and activate our speakers. Over the dirty magazine pages, we also spray paint Turn Around, making our soon-to-be permanently retired teacher see Chiba and Isegai holding guns to him. And this is important because Koro Sensei will assume this is all we have up our sleeves and underestimate us, making him lower his guard. 4. Overpower him. With his guard down, he'll never expect the boys to just grab his tentacles, taking advantage of another of his weaknesses, his lack of strength. With each of the strongest boys holding an octopus limb and additional support from the weaker boys in the class, he's not escaping without killing a few students. 5. Kill him. We'll start a group countdown from 10, but instead of Chiba and Isegai firing on 1, Nagisa fires a sniper round through Koro Sensei's back on 3. The anti-sensei BB goes straight through Koro Sensei's heart and kills him before he knows what hit him. And that's pretty much it. With a bit of careful planning, a few precautions, some simple behavior analysis, good communication, and a lot of teamwork, Class 3E did the undoable, killed the unkillable. I have a feeling that's exactly what Koro Sensei wanted to teach his students, that by working together and learning, they could quite literally do anything. But what do you think? Could this have actually worked on Koro Sensei? Did we miss an opportunity or weakness to exploit? Or do you just have an idea of how to do the job? Check out this video next, How to Beat Kenpachi Zaraki.